is Kelly with Kellyscards.ca, and I welcome you to really part two. The part one, we went through how to build this piece that you see right here, and now that it is built, we are going to embellish it. This is a mini album card kit. It is available, so please contact me if you are interested in picking up one of these kits. I will let you know if they're sold out. I love this paper. It's really playful, and I also am going to use this stamp set. This stamp set is from Inkadinkadoo, and it's got these cute little vehicles on it, cute little sayings, vroom, beep, and I really like this. Basically what I'd like to do is to start from up here on the inside, and then we will work our way to the outside of the album. So we created this pocket here. This is going to close in and be a pocket, and we have this pocket. And I chose some of these papers. This is this paper, and I thought it would look great there. And this we can just tuck on the inside here lip of this pocket, and that will go like that. You have a choice of inking up your papers if you want. So you can use this distressed ink, this Faded Jeans. This is probably the closest match. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink around the edges. Now I don't have to do this edge because it's going to be in the pockets, so that will save a little bit of inking if you don't ink where it is inside a pocket. And same thing with this little piece. I'm just going to ink mainly to get rid of the white on the edges for this piece, and then that's going to go like that. Now I'm going to use some score tape today. I'm just going to now take the backing off of the score tape. And then this piece we're just going to center in this album right there. And then this piece, again, you don't really have to put the adhesive down there because it is inside the pocket. It's not going to come out. We're just going to do 3 sides. So just take the adhesive off again, and for this you can actually slide it under like that. Just it makes a very finished product by doing that. And you'll be able to wiggle it a little bit to line it up to make sure that is nice and straight, and put it down. So it's all coming together. Now we're going to close this pocket now. You have 2 choices really. I mean, you can use like a tape, but you're going to get your tag stuck in all that gum. So I would suggest either a wet glue or a hot glue. So I'm just going to use this Tombow Multi adhesive. And then what you're going to want to do is you're really going to want to rub for about 30 seconds to make sure that is really closed. So there we have that pocket and that pocket, and we will get to inserting the tags afterwards. Now for this section here, I thought it would be fun to take some of the papers and cut 3 pieces of them. So what I was thinking is doing something like this, and as you can see I used this honk and this little arrow stamp from the stamp set, and I'll just zoom in here so we can get a better look. So here is my idea of putting the 3, and you can do this. This is a great way to kind of add all the colors into an album. So when we do this, we really want to line them up nice and straight. You can use your grid and actually line them all up before. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line them up on my grid nice and straight. And I'm going to use my score tape. Now I'm going to put the adhesive on the first one first, and then I'm going to line that up with the second so it is perfectly straight. And then I'm going to move on to my third piece. And then once I've got that done, I should be good to go for adhering the rest of the pieces together. And again, if any edges are a little longer, like you can see this one's a little longer than the rest, we can just use our scissors to trim it to make it straight. So I'm going to do the edges here. And just one across there just to hold it all together. Now I'm going to take all the adhesive off. So yeah, we're going to put this down just like a mat. You can see all the edges have been inked blue as well as the first piece. And just making sure it is straight there. And now we're going to rub it down. Yeah, one of the first things you can do is you can ink all your pieces that blue so that they're all inked so you can just adhere them down all at once. So now we've got this honk, and what you're going to find in your kit is this little truck, and it's going to be on a piece of paper, so you're going to have to fussy cut out the truck. You can just use some sharp scissors to cut out the truck, and that's what it looks like. What I'm going to actually do is use some pop dots. There are these thinner pop dots available from scrapbook adhesives, and I like them just for this type of idea where you want a little bit of pop but you don't want it too thick. So here we'll just put a few pop dots on this truck to give him a little lift. And I kind of like the idea of him about there. So this is going to leave you some room to maybe put a picture, maybe write something, and yeah, I love that little truck there. You should also find a blue star, and there we go. So now you can see it's all working together. So now for this middle section, you will find this piece. Now if you're in class, you'll be able to stamp this for yourself. Basically, I've stamped this cute little exhaust and the 3 beeps. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that right in the middle. Okay, so now that I have all the adhesive taken off, we're going to put this piece down right over this center panel. And again, wanting to be fairly centered on this. This is what our album's going to open up to. And it just shows you don't have to over embellish an album. You can keep it fairly simple, especially with a boy album. You don't want flowers and all that kind of thing layered in here, but you can layer cute little things like stars and like little die cuts of trucks and stuff. You can use stamping to embellish it, and it really adds a lot to your project. For this section here, I kind of was thinking that I'd like to have a pocket in there. So I picked some papers out, and what I have done is I have created this little pocket here that's going to go on the inside of one of these flaps. And you can really put it anywhere you want. If you want it on the inside, if you want it on the outside, you can basically put it wherever you want. Find this blue piece here, and again, if you're in the class, you'll be able to stamp whatever you like. And then I have a plainer one in case you want to write or add a picture, and these ones. And again, they're all double-sided, so you can use whatever side you want. For this is when it opens, this is all going to be closed. So whatever is here is really what you want people to mostly see. And I think this on the move is just great. I think it works with everything. That is the mat that I'm going to put on here. Okay, so I've taken the adhesive off, and again, all my edges are inked with blue. Feel free if you want to round the corners or do a different corner method on any of your pieces, because it adds again to something different. And I'm going to put that on right there. Now to go on to the inside, I've decided I'm going to have my pocket right here when you open it up. So you're going to have this piece, and what you're going to do is you're going to put the adhesive on this piece underneath like that. So just put the adhesive on like that, and then what we're going to do is we are going to just turn this a little bit, and we're going to slide this down to the crack. And what I like to do is I like to have this fold up so that I can just slide this piece right down and it hits that bottom so that it'll be lined up perfectly with this edge, and then you won't have anything going over. So now we have this cute little pocket here, and what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of the three to go in here, and really you can pick anything you want. I think I'm going to pick this piece with the little train tracks. Again, you don't have to put any adhesive at the bottom because it is going to go into this pocket. So really you only have to adhere the three sides. Okay, so I've put the score tape on, and now I am going to put this down again nice and even. And I'm going to put that down. Now for this pocket, again, this is another one of those pockets where you can either use like the Tombow Multi or you can use a hot glue. I'm just going to use the Tombow Multi for this. And I'm just going to add a little bit there and a little bit there. And again, this is a pretty small pocket, but again, you can put a little tag in there, which is what we're going to do. And it just adds something cute to be able to pull out. So again, I'm going to rub this wet glue for about 30 seconds just to make sure that this completely seals. So for this pocket piece, you're going to find this piece here. You can use either side. Yeah, you can just use that little piece to add on to decorate the pocket. And again, there's going to be a little tag that's coming up that's going to stick there. So you're going to have two pieces left, and you can adhere them and put them in. Again, you can choose either side, whichever you prefer, and you can put them in. So now I'm ready to put my pieces in to the inside part of this little fold out, and I have picked the back of this green paper, which happens to have a truck on it, and I am going to put that right there. And then this piece here that has a truck on it, which is nice because when you open it up it's going to match the paper that's over here. There, yes, so lots of opportunities to put pictures in here, and I love this little pocket. We're going to get to the tags near the end, and again, I just like the colors and how it all goes together. Now, as another accent, I've cut out these little arrows. You'll find one of these in your kit, and I thought this would be great to put in like as a hint to like open me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the very thin pop-up dots. You can kind of put it anywhere, I think close to the words, so that at least there's still an opportunity to put something there, and that looks really cute. So now that section is all done. Let's do the bottom. The bottom is going to work fairly similar to up here. This is the section that's going to go underneath, and this is the one that's going to go up above. And it really helps if you want to have a really good flow to putting this together, is to put all your tape adhesive on your album at the same time, like right at the beginning, and ink all your edges blue first, and then you'll be able to just put it together without much waiting. And then this piece is going to slide underneath just like we did up above. This is the piece here that will fit right here. So I've already, again, inked the edges and put the adhesive on. So I am going to put it like this. And again, just rubbing to make sure that it is on there. Now you will also find this cute little dump truck, and again, it will be printed on a piece of paper, so you'll have to take your scissors and cut it out. And again, I'm going to use these thinner pop dots to pop this little dump truck out. It's very cute. And I just think this adds a little bit of fun to the album, and yet it's not over embellished. So you can kind of put it where you want. I figured because of all this space here, and it would really stick out if we put it right there. So that's where we're going to put that. And again, you'll find another star. So I'm going to also put that in there with one of these pop dots. Like that. And I'm going to pop it up. And I think it would look cute along the sewing line there, just maybe at an angle. So yeah, that's that section done. Now that I've zoomed out, we can kind of see how this all flows with all the colors. And again, working within the same paper line, you're going to get that most of the time where all the colors work together. So now we're going to start working on the other sections. Like when I fold this here, we're going to do this piece. You're going to pick out this cute little train, and we are again going to put it down, and it's going to look great with this border and this little bit of blue sticking out. So now that we've got the adhesive off, to lay it flat, what I'm going to do is flip this whole piece over just so that this is a lot flatter to adhere this piece. And we'll just again rub those edges. So now you can see that's going to close like that. And now this part here, if we open it, you're going to find the little taxi, the little bus. I guess it could be either or, and that's going to be placed here. Now you'll also find two little letters go, and so you have a couple choices. Again, you can use like a wet glue. If you have one of these Xyron sticker runners, these are awesome for letters. So the way this kind of works is you just drop this into here. You drop your letters face up, and then you pull this section here, and out they come. And this will make the bottom have the adhesive on it. And it's just a good idea when you use this to really rub around the edges of your letters and the items that you're running through here. It just helps get the less sticky parts off that aren't going to be actually on your sticker. So now this peels off like this. And now we have our letters, which we can peel off, and as you can see, they're a sticker. Now I'm just going to adhere. I'm going to adhere the word go. So now we've adhered the word go, and you can just rub with your finger if you're using the Xyron just to get rid of the extra adhesive that might be around those edges. And there we go. And again, you're going to want to make sure these fold lines are nice and crisp so that when this folds up, that it will be nice. And now the last part is here and the front. For the next one, you will see this one in your kit. So this is now going to go on here, and again I'm going to open this up just so it's nice and flat. Okay, so that's on. Now you'll also find this here, and this I thought would be just cute to layer up, that you could put an extra picture on. So I'm going to layer this piece up onto the little black mat that comes with it. Just like so. And I'm going to use the same thinner pop dots again on the back just to give it a little bit of lift. Just like that. So I'm going to put this over here on this side, and I'm going to put it at a little bit of an angle. And you'll also find this little die cut smile, and this is a Simon Says stamp die cut that I actually just got. And again, for this I'm definitely going to use this little Xyron sticker runner. It's just going to be so much easier to glue this piece down. And I've taken the sticker portion off now, and I've got the smile. You'd have your child smiling, and then of course the smile die cut. And again, so if you're using the Xyron sticker runner, you're going to want to just rub to get any extra adhesive off that is on this die cut so it doesn't make the rest of your album sticky. So there we go. So that's all done. You'll find 3 little gears in your kit, and I thought they'd be really cute to go here. So I'm going to use the Xyron again. So now that I've ran it through the sticker, what I was thinking of doing was having the little one, the yellow one, in the corner. and then I was thinking of having the blue one and the yellow one like this. But one thing I thought would be really cool is you'll find this little yellow star in your kit, and I thought it would be really fun to thread that through your gear and then to be able to place that down like so. It just gives it a little bit of a pop. And it looks just like that, just to add a little something to down here. And again, it's not too thick that it won't be able to close up nice. So now we have this pocket here, and we have this pocket here. You will find a plain yellow tag, and what I've done is I thought it would be cute to again use the stamp set, and I've chosen this stamp Vroom with the little stars. And I'm going to adhere this down. So just take the tag and line it up, just like that. And that is going to fit right there. And so now going into this pocket, you will find this. And I thought at first, I'm like, well, I really like the brown paper, but I wanted to keep it consistent with the other tag being yellow. So what I did was I actually cut out a little bit of the yellow, so that would be what was sticking out, and then it would be brown, and then you could put a picture down here and yet it would still be consistent with the yellow. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to adhere the yellow to the brown, and I'm going to put it right in the top corner there, just like that. Just like that. So that piece is there, and now we're going to add this to our pull-out tag piece. And I really like that, again, with the border punch. It adds a little bit of decoration and it gives you something to pull. It really adds a lot to your paper projects, like these little albums and that. Now that this is all adhered, we're going to put this right into the pocket there. So you're going to find 4 black tags, and each of them have the pierced edge around. And you're also going to find 4 of the smaller colored tags, again with the punched pierced edge all the way around. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue each one to the back of the black, each colored one to the black. Now you can leave it as is and just have more tags if you like. For this, I'm just going to use my Xyron Mega Runner. And there we go. So there, now all the tags are done. I thought it would be fun to put one of the tags in here, so I'm going to choose one of the blue ones. I'm going to pick that one there, and that will be in that pocket. And then in this pocket, I am going to place the other 3, just like that. And I thought it would be kind of fun to pull something out. Again, you can write things on here. If you write in pencil or white, you can actually write on all of these back of the mats, so even these ones too, you can write with pencil, with white, and add a little bit of journaling. So the last little embellishment you'll find is this word hugs. So you can basically place it anywhere. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put it into this little spot right here. And again, I'm going to use my Xyron runner just because it will be easy to add it that way. And we're going to peel this off. And we're going to place that right, try to be as centered as possible. There, so now we've added this, and I've just rubbed the extra adhesive off again, and that's going to close up like that. This is going to close up, and we still have, and this is why again I wanted the extra room, because you can see it's quite thick. So that's why I thought I had to add this whole 1/4 of an inch gusset in here just to add the room for this to be close. What we'll do first is we will do the front. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it down on the front like that. And we're going to put this straight down right on the card. And now I'm just going to really rub this front on, especially in the corners. And now the next piece, you're going to find the truck piece and a backing, and what we're going to do with our scissors is we're going to cut all the way around the green part. And you can, it doesn't have to be circular, it can kind of be fun and wavy. What we're going to do is we're going to now glue that, adhere it down to the black piece. And I'm just going to adhere it right in the middle, because what I'm going to do is I am going to cut all the way around on the black, trying to match the same way that I cut the green paper. Just like that. And I really think this helps it pop off of the yellow. So now we've got this truck, and you can put it on one side or the other. We're going to have the word boy, but we also have to keep in mind where the ribbon is going to go. So if you see on the sample here, the ribbon is about an inch over. And when you get the ribbon, you're going to want to place it down before we do the truck, because the truck's going to go over it slightly. When we do this, we want to make sure that there's enough room to tie the bow here. So what I would do is tie the bow first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over, and the bow is going to be here. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some score tape on this mat. You will find this plain black mat, and what we're going to do is we're going to put score tape all around, and it's going to sit on top to keep the ribbon down. So I've added the adhesive, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the backing off, and then we're going to add some adhesive to where the ribbon is going to sit, just to make sure that that ribbon doesn't move. And I'm going to move the ribbon exactly where I want it to go. And we are going to adhere down this black piece right over top. It will fit exactly on top. And before that though, what I want to do is I just want to run some score tape over top of this ribbon so it will not move, like so. So now I've laid the score tape just going over the ribbon so it won't move, and I'm just going to really press that down. And then I'm going to come in with this piece here, and I'm going to lay it over top. Now that I've put this down, you're really going to want to rub this, because this is what's going to keep your whole ribbon down like that. To undo this ribbon now, and we'll be able to finish the front. I like to take a little bit of the score tape just underneath a little bit of this ribbon here, just to keep it from moving around. And now we've got the truck piece. And the truck piece is going to hang just a little bit over the ribbon, and we have to make room again for the lettering, which is coming up. So I'm going to use some of the thicker pop dots for this, just on the back of the truck. And again, you can use foam tape, or you can use these little squares. I like the little squares. So now I've got the truck all on pop dots. And we're going to bring our front down, and we're going to try to line, you want to line up the tires so that they're straight with the rest of the sewing, just to make sure it is nice and straight so it looks right. And I'm going to place that on just like that. So it's really starting to be finished here. We just have our lettering to go, and we have the two little buttons that we're going to hot glue onto the tires. So here's the next part that we're going to do. You will find 2 buttons in your kit, and I thought that 2 buttons would be really cute on the front, and as you can see on my sample, it really is cute. For this, I am going to use hot glue for the buttons, and I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue there. And again, you can fix all the little strings afterwards that the hot glue leaves behind, but again, you're just going to want to make sure it's pretty straight. I'm just going to remove all the little strands, and there we have it. So now to finish off the front, we are going to put the word boy down. So what I've done is I've ran the boy through the Xyron once again, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the O first, just to make sure that the other letters are exactly where I want it. And I'm going to semi-center it there. And I'll just zoom in a little bit so we can see a little better. And I'm going to place the bee now. And then I'm going to place the Y. And this is where we can add a lot of fun and a lot of dimension with only using papers. So what I've done is, you're going to find another set of boy, and what I've done is I've popped them up on black pop dots. Now you can use white pop dots, but it's just nice to have the black because it blends in. I'm just going to place the letters right over top of the other letters, and this is going to give us some dimension. Okay, so you can just see how popping those letters up really adds some dimension to the front, along with the truck and the buttons, adds a little bit of interest. You will find 4 of these little paper buttons. Use them. I thought it would be really cute to use them on the little bus wheel or the train wheel. This is just a die cut, and I will have it linked below what it is. So we'll add them to the dump truck here and leave the train alone. And yeah, we're done. So let's look at the entire album now. We've got our ribbon closure, which if you want to add a little bit of a finishing edge to the ribbon, you can just cut it at an angle. Actually, just cut both at an angle like that. And we've got our front with the dimension, and we open this up and we open there. We've got our tags and our pull-out tag there. We've got our inside with our pull-out, our decorated middle, our flap, and another pull-out. And yeah, this is a very fun and interactive and very colorful album. I hope you enjoyed this album and tutorial. Again, if you want kits, I will be having one more video about the kit itself, and I will have links below to my website where you can purchase the kit. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out my website, it's Kellyscards.ca, and thanks so much for joining me.